Hello and welcome to Mechanical. My name is Falcon and today we're going to be talking about Bomb King. Bomb King's quite an interesting character to play. He's large and a bit slow, but his abilities allow him to control points very well, and he can be used as kind of a long-range mortar character because of the distance that he can throw his sticky bombs, which is well over 200 units. However, for the most part, he's best used to disrupt the enemy by using Poppy Bomb and by using his Grumpy Bomb to keep them off the point or to knock them off the point. Just, get kills with that due to certain maps. So I will talk about the build that I use afterwards. However, before we do that, I want to break down some of his abilities and talk about just some of the things that you may or may not know. And down in the comments, I'd like for, if I don't mention something you know, let me know, because I think it's really interesting. So first we'll start off trying to talk about mainly the main fire ability and his ult fire, which is Sticky Bombs and Detonate. So first up, we have Sticky Bomb is a projectile that travels at a slight arc. Even if you throw it directly up in the air, it will still arc slightly and land a few units in front of Bomb King. The bombs also, when they hit a target, they will deal 10 damage, straight 10 damage. Another fun fact, if you happen to kill the character with this 10 damage, the bomb that you kill them with will stay floating in the air. Possibly a bug? I don't know. But it will also stick to the environment until you detonate it, using his second ability. Attaching a sticky bomb to a character deals the 10 damage, and then when you detonate just the single bomb, it deals 90 damage. Sticky bombs will fall off of a character after about 2 to 3 seconds. You can, on average, get 3 hits on a character before the first bomb. The fourth hit is the time it takes for the fourth one to fall off. So whatever the actual timing is on that, I'm not exact, but it's about averaging that. Sticky bombs deal 30% more damage to enemies hit by multiple bombs. That's a little incorrect. This is the wording from the tooltip. It doesn't actually have to hit the, I don't know, maybe it's the way that I see it or hear it, but it doesn't actually have to hit the target the way that it says. It just has to explode. Multiple explosions have to happen at the same time. Whenever you actually get multiple ones to hit, it does similar to a headshot doing the little icon. So, and this 30% isn't a 900 and then 1170 and then 1170 times another 30. No, is it cumulative? Is that the way to say it? So you have 900 and then 30% and then 60% for 2 additional and then 90% for 3 additional, etc., etc. That is the way that it goes. So knowing that, just a simple math number here, and I might throw up some other characters, but off the top of my head, 2 bombs kill Skye. It also kills Cassie. 3 bombs kill Pip and Ying. It takes 5 bombs, and these are all direct hit bombs, to kill a Fernando. This means that Fernando would have to be standing still on top of the bomb when the 4th and 5th one land, or the 1st and 2nd one land and hit the ground. So that's kind of probably never gonna happen, but yeah, that's the thing. He can do a sort of melee ability. If you press the left and right mouse button down at the exact same time, it will cause him to throw out a bomb and detonate immediately. Now this of course means that you take damage. It deals 225 damage to you, just so you know, but you can use this to be sort of kind of a melee hit, and it can hit for less damage off to the side, but directly in front of you it still hits for the full 900 damage. It then does the 225 to you, which is extremely low, and I kind of don't think it should be a thing, but they have it. Sticky bombs cannot be shot while they are in the air, and if they are thrown before the match ends, or right as the match is ending, unless they fix it, if you throw it before the match ends, right, and it doesn't hit the ground until the next part of the round starts, it will then land and be there waiting. So that's kind of an interesting thing. I think that's about it as far as Sticky Bomb goes, except for a little bit of strategy for Sticky Bomb. So what I like to do with Sticky Bombs is not use them to actually attack the point with the build that you'll see in a little bit. I like to set them up try to set them up strategically now, so that if I know a flanker's gonna come and try to attack me, I can try to hide around a corner, and then most of the time people don't take a wide sweep. They kind of go straight into the corner. And so if you have all of your bombs kind of sitting on a wall, and right when they walk across, you can deal a decent amount of damage to them and then still have the ability to throw more bombs if you're not constantly throwing them at the point. Now, it kind of takes away your point damage, but the way that I play him, at least, is I'm constantly throwing Grumpy Bomb, and then throwing Poppy Bomb, and knocking them off the objective or stunning them so that my teammates can actually go in and get the damage. Due to Grumpy Bomb dealing so much bonus damage to shields, it's a really effective strategy, I think, at least. And Poppy Bomb can get yourself a lot of kills. It's kind of ridiculous. So on the topic of, we're just kind of gonna, this is kind of all random gonna be now. King Bomb can be activated while in the air, so you can use Poppy Bomb to launch yourself in the air in the direction you want to go, and then pop King Bomb while in the air, and this will reduce the amount of wind-up time you have once you hit the ground, and you can go ahead and start going. I'm sure if you could somehow get high enough, you probably can do the full animation while in the air, but I could be wrong. This is another way to increase the amount of distance that he can travel as well, using the bomb. King Bomb on its own, though, travels at about 250 units before the time runs out and he just explodes. One thing to note is that there is a giant audible noise whenever you're using this for the enemy team, so they're going to know you're coming, so you have to be able to reliably not get killed. You need to come from angles that are weird. For example, bouncing yourself with Poppy Bomb over to the other, like their side, trying to activate it over there is going to possibly give you more kills and use out of this. The stun from King Bomb lasts about enough time for you to throw 2 to 3 bombs on a target and detonate them. This also applies for Grumpy Bomb. Its stun duration is long enough for you to get about 2 or 3 out. And so again, knowing the damage numbers, you know that without them having additional health or whatever, you can judge how quickly they can be killed using this strategy. It is a viable strategy to knock people off the actual map with Poppy Bomb. It's a fun and interesting thing to do. It's probably my favorite thing about him, especially if you pick up the cards that I have, which allow you to have 40% increased knockback, and it's really, really fun. Now, one thing to note is, again, Bomb King is a slow, large character. His hitbox and head hitbox are really big and easy to hit. So you're going to want to take that into consideration when you play him, and you're going to want to figure out the best ways to not die to the enemy flankers, or Victor, or any character that has the ability to deal a lot of quick damage. They're able to hit his head very easy. Also, Poppy Bomb can be used to knock you up in the air and cause you to be able to throw your Grumpy Bombs further. Also, Poppy Bomb can be detonated immediately by holding shift down. So if you need to, even like if you're thinking about it and you have the 40% increase, which causes it to detonate once it hits the ground, you can still detonate it on your own. So if you think you overthrew it, or if you have someone on you and you just want to immediately use it to knock yourself back, you'll be able to do that. Now, this is all the cool and interesting things that I know of from Bomb King. The only other little bit is kind of the examples of, hey, this is who, and his bombs, because his bombs are very interesting and they have a lot of personality in themselves. So Grumpy Bomb is obviously the big grumpy looking bomb. Poppy Bomb, you don't actually get to see it very much in game, just briefly when you throw it, but it's the one with the nuts and bolts in it. And then the sticky bombs are obviously the smiley, happy to die in the name of their king. When you think about it, it's really morbid, but we did it back in the day, so I guess why wouldn't a bunch of bombs do it? I don't understand. So looking over my notes, that's about it for me as far as that goes. Now I'm going to talk about the build that I am using. Okay, so the build that I am using is labeled Poppy Dat Booty because I'm interesting. This build uses Countdown 4, so legendary, which reduces the cooldown of Grumpy Bomb by 4 seconds. It uses Mad Bomber 1, which just grants you 7% movement speed for 2 seconds after throwing Grumpy Bomb, just kind of giving him a little bit more ability to move in and out so he can throw the Grumpy Bomb in and then get away, maybe even reposition himself so that he can either flank or do something like that. Then we have Air Blast 1, which is increases Poppy Bomb's your air control while using Poppy Bomb by 15% till you land. This is nice for not accidentally blowing yourself off of a cliff or something, or just better able to position yourself after using Poppy Bomb if you happen to hit yourself. King's New Cloak 2, which is the 2 points into it, increases your health by 100. This could be swapped out fairly easily for Bomb Shelter, which would cause your sticky bombs to deal 25% less damage or self-damage for each rank. This would mean that your little melee cleave thing would be more usable. You could also set up several builds like this so that you have something like Uncontrolled, which would allow you not to be slowed very much. And there's several other options you can use. I just kind of use this as like my defensive option because I think it is cool. And then last, we have possibly the best part of the entire build, which is Jolt 4. This is increasing Poppy Bomb's knockback to enemies, but it causes it to explode on any surface. So it's got a slight bit of drawback, but with 40% knockback, you can get some incredible control out of it. It usually lands me several kills inside of a game that has any sort of actual ledges, which I think is amazing because it's fun, and fun is always great. So the last thing I'll talk about, I guess, would be what cards to buy. Generally speaking, I have been building cooldown first because I'm not actually throwing the bombs out, the sticky bombs. However, I'm starting to move toward using the movement speed increase because I find that oftentimes I start to get chased down by flankers and basically everyone. When I start to stun them and knock them off of the map and just knock them around everywhere, I tend to get focused a lot more. And so I've started getting that plus the damage increase of whatever I think is best, or decrease or whatever I think is best. Also, it should be noted that all of Bomb King's abilities are AoEs, so enemies are going to build AoE protection against you. That is just a thing. Well, I mean, they're not going to per se, but if they were to build any counter to it, they would build that, which would be a 10, 20, and 30% decrease. So off of 900 damage, that would bring it down to... Math is not my strong point. What, 600 damage, I think? I'm not good at math. Well, if it was 1,000, I would know it would be 700. So almost about 600 damage. Which means that the time to kill on most characters would be significantly higher, about a bomb or two. But it's still like even so, it still would take them like a third or fourth round to really be able to get that much. And most people don't tend to invest in the defense early on unless they're the tank. In which case you're probably not going to kill them anyway. And that's about it, guys. I say stay tuned for any videos that might come out for Paladins. I also do Smite content. I realize that some people may not want to see that. I also might start doing some more Overwatch content and some other shooters and types of games like that in the future. I don't know, but definitely subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, go do things on Reddit. If it's on Reddit, I don't know if I'm gonna put it on Reddit. But anyway, do all that fun stuff, guys. Let me know anything you think about Bomb King that I might have missed. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.